In today's video, we're taking a look at the Facebook portal. Let's get to it. What's up, guys, and welcome to TopShelf Media. So today we are taking a look at the Facebook portal, or Meta portal if you prefer. I got this one recently and it still has the Facebook portal on there. I'm not gonna lie, I will probably say Facebook portal majority in this video, but Meta portal and Facebook portal are the same thing. We're gonna dive right into this, but first off, let's just take a look at the box. So we know we can use Messenger and WhatsApp using this, and this is the 10-inch display. Other than that, most of the information that we need is on the back. It uses a smart camera that is there. You know, it'll pan and follow you throughout the room, which we will test out here later. And then it has dual orientation, which I was not aware of. You can actually have this in portrait mode or landscape mode, whichever one you prefer. So that's pretty cool. And then it just kind of talks about, you know, the smart camera AI. It has Facebook Assistant, Alexa built in, and Zoom you can use Zoom on here as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead, get this thing unboxed. It's definitely a nice, sleek design box. This has magnets on it. I'm gonna be very happy. Oh, no magnets. Dang. I know there's something about that magnetic click when it closes that is really cool with packaging. But here we are. It is all right here. Pull this out very carefully. All wrapped in plastic, which is awesome. And then we have, my guess is the stand here that's also the power cords connected to that as well. So actually that's interesting. Let's take a look at the back here real quick. Okay, so you got your speaker and definitely your power plug and your stand here as well. So it allows you to prop it up like that, prop it up like that. That's really cool. I was not aware that that was integrated into the power, but I guess it makes sense. If you're gonna need to put something in the back of this thing, might as well use it as a kickstand. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead. I'm just gonna get the rest of this stuff out of the box. All right, so in the box itself, like I said, display, power and kickstand, and your manuals and stuff like that. So not much in the box, so that's pretty nice. Not a lot of waste. Probably won't need those. We've done this a couple times with Facebook portals. We'll keep them right there just in case. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get this thing unwrapped because I can't plug it in without unwrapping it. So let's go ahead and get this thing unwrapped. Thoughts here. Build quality, I think it's really nice. Actually has some nice weight to it. You have your covers here to hide your camera, you turn off your microphones, all that kind of stuff, and you can actually see it. I don't know if you can see that. Right there's where the camera is. You can actually see it slide open and close. So that's really cool. You have your volume buttons right here. Like I said, your speaker and power ports are on the back. Already though, I can see this thing is getting covered in fingerprints from me touching it. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue, but because people shouldn't be touching it all that much. But yeah, it is definitely, the back of it's definitely getting covered in fingerprints. I don't want to touch the front. I guess I did just a little bit there and it kind of went away, so that's good. But build quality, I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with this. It looks like a framed picture is what it looks like. They've surprised me with the build of this display. It's kind of a harder plastic around the outside. The back feels metallic, and it kind of has a sheen to it. Like I said, speakers there, I think I mentioned that about 3 times already now, so I'm gonna quit talking about that. But then you have your nice little border around the screen. Let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. All right, so I have my extension cord run over here. All right, let's see. There's two different sizes, so we want this way. That snaps in. It's very satisfying, actually, the way that kind of snaps in there. And then it just kind of sits up and displays like that. That's pretty cool. I have my extension cord here. We are going to plug in. Get our power going, and we should. Okay, it's powering up, it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna get all the settings put in here so that way we can actually go through this. Okay, so we've started downloading the updates, and they give you the option to do this tour. Not much of a tour, it just kind of tells you the things that it can do, doesn't tell you how to do anything, and then it's done. So not much of a tour there, but we are connected to the Wi-Fi, we're downloading the update, and then we should be good to go here. Just got to connect your Facebook account to the portal, and we should be good. While this download is happening, one thing I did notice that I didn't know was here is this little USB Type-C port. I don't know what that's for. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions for that, but I just realized that was back there, so yeah. Okay, while this is finishing installing, let's go ahead and just kind of go through what's up top here in the front. First, we have our camera, and then we have our ambient light sensor so that it'll dim the screen and bring it back, you know, make it brighter, make it dimmer, depending on the light in the room. And as you can see, it's full blast bright because I have two studio lights shining right down on it. We also have our indicator light on whether or not the microphone is live. So I can slide the cover over there to cover the camera like I mentioned before. If I slide it over to turn off the microphone, that light will turn red to indicate that the microphone's not listening. It can't hear anything you're saying. And then you can turn that all the way back to turn on your camera and your microphone again by doing the dial up here on the top, or the switch up here on the top. And then next over here we have a microphone. That's basically it for the front of this display other than the actual display itself. Not a lot of components to these things. I know I've done videos on these in the past, and if you haven't checked this out, I'll link them up in the YouTube card. You can definitely go check those out. I did one on the Portal Plus and one on the Portal TV. The Portal TV is probably the most intricate one. The Portal Plus is probably the most intricate one. The Portal TV, pretty straightforward, kind of like this. Not much different, other than obviously a display built in. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe up here we have two microphones. These two right here. As well as, I believe this is a microphone in the back, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so it looks like the download's complete, so we just need to restart it. And we should be, hopefully, by now, good to go. Man, I would love something like this as like my camera display while I'm shooting these videos, like to have off to the side of my desk right here, so I can kind of see my shot rather than looking at the small flip out screen on my camera. Like something like this would be really nice. This is really well built. I think that would be so cool. This is taking forever. All right, so now we can get started getting this thing set up. And I've done this in other videos, and it walks you through everything you need to do. So we're not gonna go over this on camera. I'm just gonna get it done so we can actually start messing with this. I do wanna point out, however, at this point in the setup, it does ask you to connect your accounts. So if you are gonna use WhatsApp or Workplace, you need to select those two. I don't have WhatsApp, but you need to make sure that when you are starting this, I'm sure it's something you can go in and set up later if you want to, but I would just go ahead and check those if you're planning on using them. Okay, so this is what your portal looks like when you're not using it. This is your home screen, and obviously it'll display photos for you if you want it to. I think I have mine set for it to come on if the portal sits without doing anything for a minute. A photo will kick on and it'll start cycling through photos, and we'll get to that here in a second, but you can manually do that by just clicking this icon right here, and then it'll start to display your photos for however long you have it set to, whatever duration you have it set to. I have mine set to display every photo for 1 minute and then switch to the next photo. But if you tap here, it'll bring you back to your home screen. Speaking of doing that, if we go into settings here, General here is just basically what the network is that you're on, what you've named this portal, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to show you mine. Then you go to profiles, and this is my Facebook profile. I can add more profiles, and you can add up to 5 profiles on this if you want. And then if you go to displays, this is where you can change your photo transition speed and your ambient mode. So I have it set to display photos that I have in an album, which is this one right here. So I have that selected, and then I have it set to transition speed of 1 minute. So every minute it'll change the photo, and then this is my ambient mode. So if it sits ambient and it does nothing for 1 minute, it'll start cycling through those photos. The rest of this is screen timers, night mode. All this stuff is set up already when I got the display or when I powered it up. I haven't changed anything other than the ambient mode and the transition speed. Other than that, then you come down here, we have our assistants. So you have your portal assistant, which I'm not going to say, and your Amazon assistant, which I'm not going to say, so that way it doesn't set anything off for you guys. Looking then down here to privacy and access, this is your household mode, your screen lock, enabling safe browsing, all that kind of stuff. Read into this stuff, make sure you guys check it out before you guys let, kids and stuff poking around on here and all that jazz. And then you have your help screen, which you can, obviously as you can see there, report a problem, visit the help app. Next up we have accessibility. This is font size, your contrast. If you want to invert the colors, which I think looks terrible now that I've seen it with a black background, seeing it with a white background, does not look good, so I'm going to change that back. Color correction, if you need to, change the color correction, right now it's on none. If you need it set to red, green, or blue, yellow, you can see it kind of takes a little bit of the blue out of the black there. And then if you go back here, you have your about, and that's just serial numbers, all that kind of stuff. Blur that out so you guys can't see it. If you come back into your home screen, then as you can see, there's favorites set up. I have my wife in there as my only favorite right there. And you can add as many as you want. You can search your Facebook contacts, all that kind of stuff. Now they also have apps built into this display, and one thing is to note, they don't have the Facebook app in here. You can go into the browser app and select Facebook as a website you want to browse, but there's no actual Facebook app, which it's the same on all of the Facebook portals or all the Meta portals. There's no Facebook app on them, which is mind-boggling to me. I guess I don't know. You have iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Storytime, which we've gone over before. It allows you to read stories to kids. Mr. Brown Can Moo is on there, and it has animations on the screen. It's pretty cool. You have Photo Booth, which allows you to take photos, whether you want, if you want to do family photos, just silly photos with filters and stuff on them. It's pretty cool too. You have a calendar app and all that kind of, Facebook Watch, which I haven't really used yet. Other than that, that is basically this display. Now, I will go ahead and get it set up so that way we can kind of see how the camera follows you throughout the room on this one compared to the other two. So let's go ahead and just jump into that. One thing I also want to point out is swiping up on the screen will give you a number of different options, whether it's volume, brightness. You can turn on and off the Bluetooth. My guess is that's do not disturb. Yeah, do not disturb, night mode, whatever you want to call it. And then you have your power button to power the whole thing off. I do think the video actually looks pretty good. Granted, this is with some studio lights on in my studio, but I do think it looks really good. One thing I want to note is I don't know how I feel about the camera being up here. If I'm looking at the camera and talking to you, it looks like I'm engaging and paying attention to what you're saying. If I'm looking at the display, though, it kind of feels like I want nothing to do with the conversation we're having. So I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm here on screen. It looks like it'll follow me up and down. It doesn't really want to follow me left and right, at least in photo booth mode. I guess I'll have to try it again in actual video mode. But I'm a little surprised that it is not doing a very good job of tracking me compared to the other ones. So let's go ahead and try doing a video call with it. Okay, so this is the best way I could find on this display to be able to show you guys exactly what this camera can do, so I'm using my camera to shoot the screen. Not ideal, but you know, it's gonna work. So this is in our camera settings for a video chat. So right now, as you can see, standing here is doing a pretty good job of putting me in frame. If I move left here, it follows me to an extent. I don't think it has quite the range as like the Portal TV, but it does a pretty good job. So I'm here. Yeah, it's not terrible. If I move back here a little farther, how well is it going to be able to zoom in on me with my camera in the way? Not bad. Well, so let's get the camera out of the way. How about I go to this side? Not bad. If I sit down. Oh, I'm surprised actually. That actually looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty cool. So this is the smart frame. Now if I change it to close, I can come in here and select close up. So it automatically zooms in on the closest person, as you can read right there, and I'm the only person here. But then I can do spotlight. And now I've used this before on the Portal TV, just because it was so much easier. We video chat with my grandparents, and they want to see our 1-year-old daughter walking around, and my 4-year-old son's running all over the place, so the camera keeps moving around. I can do a spotlight on my daughter, and it basically just sticks with her. So that's really nice. But yeah, so I use that quite a bit. Other options we have down here, manual, so I can adjust the frame however I want. So that's pretty cool. If I, want to have it right there, let's get my face in there rather than my shirt. Let's just see how far we can zoom in. Okay, so 2.5, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It's a little pixelated, as you can expect, zooming in that far, but not bad. I can hit that reset button and it'll take me back to normal. And then, yeah, that's basically it. You can flip here. So if I wanted to be able to read, what my shirt says. Another thing I kind of wanted to look at is what this frame looks like with some higher res photos in it. And I think I really like how that looks. I'm actually very surprised with this display. I think the photo looks great. I would be very happy to have my photos being, displayed on this display. I think that looks really good. Now, one thing I have noticed is when you're trying to swipe through some of these photos, sometimes it doesn't want you to swipe through it. And I don't know why. I don't understand. Sometimes it worked last time I tried to swipe. It's not working this time. So I don't really know what the deal is there, why it just sometimes does not want you to swipe the photo to the next one. But I do think the photos look really good on this display. So let me know if you guys want to see like a comparison on how photos look on this display compared to like I use the Google Nest Hub on my desk. So how this display looks for photos compared to how the Google Nest Hub looks for photos. Let me know if you guys are interested in that comparison down in the comments. Nothing else, I can always throw together a short that just kind of shows the difference between this one and that one, if there even is one. But like I said, pleasantly surprised with how photos look on this display. But I figured I should show you guys what this display looks like in portrait mode, and I think it looks pretty good. We click on it here, we can obviously see our home screen. I like the layout of the home screen. I think it looks really good. I'm a fan of that. Let's go ahead and bring up another room here, and we can see what the camera looks like. Also, I want to point out, when you are in your contacts, up here is where you can select Messenger, WhatsApp, groups, stuff like that. So if I select Messenger, it'll then show me anyone in my contacts that I can call via Messenger. It'll show me my WhatsApp contacts, and I can call them there. Click that button right there. That'll help you connect to WhatsApp, but I don't have WhatsApp, so there's nothing on there. But that's in your contacts app there. So I'm going to come in here to groups, then create room. who can join, any friends you invite. I'm not going to invite anyone because I don't want anyone to actually join this actual call. So right now it's just going to be me. Done. I need to then go to my home screen and it should pop up. There it is. Join room. Did I actually hit it? I don't know if I did. There it goes. Had to click my profile picture. Okay, so now you can actually see me on camera, behind the camera. I'm gonna hit join room. It's gonna tell me it's waiting for other people to join. It actually looks pretty good. So I have my smart view, I have my close-up, same options as before, spotlight, all that jazz. Nothing different. Like if I use this in my office, right, as a display. I don't know, I think I'd probably put it in landscape mode, mainly because I take more landscape photos than I do portrait photos. I think I would probably leave it in landscape mode over portrait mode, but it is nice that you can do this. I do see the value in being able to rotate it, and it auto rotates. I mean, I don't have to go in and change any settings. It automatically does it for me, which is fantastic. So all in all, I'm really liking this display. I think it looks real good. Build quality's there. Photos look great on it. The only complaint I have is the camera placement, but other than that, I really have nothing bad to say about this display. Yes, there is that issue scrolling the photos where I didn't want to scroll. I mean, that happens every once in a while, not happening now, so I don't know what the deal was there, but I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, other than that, I really can't find any big problems that I have with this display. Not to mention, I got it for 50 bucks at Best Buy. I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested. Don't know if it's still at Best Buy for $50. If it is, I'll make a note of that down in the description. The link that I put in there will be for Amazon, because I get a kickback if you decide to order one of these from Amazon at no extra cost to you, but it does help out the channel. I will put the link to Amazon down there, but I will make a note if Best Buy has it cheaper. I am happy with this purchase. It does what it's supposed to do. It does its job. I think this is going to be a really nice display to use. Yeah, that's basically it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and ring that bell to get notified when I post new content. If you like this video and want to see more videos from me, YouTube thinks you'll like that one right there, so go check it out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.